You came into my world not with a tempest but with a breeze, gentle and unassuming, yet strong enough to turn the tides of my soul. Like the dawn over ancient stone towers, you rose in my heart with a quiet glory, illuminating every silent, forgotten place in me. I had grown among walls, walls of tradition, duty and expectation, but when you looked at me, I was not a title, not a role. I was simply a girl, and in your gaze, I became more. You did not need crowns to see gold in me. You read my silences as if they were your mother tongue, and with every word you did not say, you taught me a new way to speak. It was not thunder, but the softness of your presence that rewrote the rhythm of my days. And suddenly, I found myself listening, truly listening, to the symphony of something new. I never believed a glance could be music, but yours a melody that began low, with notes of wonder, and now it crescendos every time I breathe. Every morning since you've entered the fold of my existence, even the shadows have learned to dance. Before you, I measured time in events and responsibilities, each second weighed by the heaviness of who I was supposed to be. But now I count the moments in stolen glances, in quiet thoughts of you hidden behind formal smiles and choreographed gestures. The world still watches me, but you see me, the girl behind the protocol. The young woman with trembling dreams tucked beneath layers of silk and expectation. With you I am not alone in my castle of glass. With you my silence is not emptiness, but sanctuary. Sometimes I whisper your name beneath my breath during long assemblies, tasting it like forbidden fruit. And sometimes when I dare, I close my eyes and imagine your hand finding mine, not in the eyes of the public, not for duty's sake, but just because it fits, just because it feels right. In a world where every move is choreographed, your love is my favorite improvisation. There is something sacred in the way you say my name, not with reverence, as others do, but with warmth, as though it is yours to cherish, not to honor. I have spent my life being observed, admired from a distance, spoken about but rarely spoken to. You, however, did not bow when we met. You smiled, and in that simple defiance you offered me freedom. You don't follow the script, you write your own, and somewhere along the margins you wrote me in. You do not hold my hand with ceremony, but with certainty. There is no pomp in the way you love me, only purity, and I would trade every formal gown, every gala night, for 1 hour in your hoodie, on a rainy afternoon, curled up beside you with no titles between us. There is power in our quiet, in how our eyes meet across crowded rooms and say what protocol forbids, in how our souls whisper truth that lips can't form. My heart used to be a chamber echoing with other people's voices. Now it is a cathedral, resounding with yours. When I was younger, I used to dream of fairy tales, not because I believed in them, but because I wanted to. I never imagined my own story would be one. And yet here you are, not a prince from the stories, but a better truth, a boy with laughter in his eyes and courage in his smile. You are not here to rescue me, for I do not need rescue. You are here to walk beside me, to match my stride, to remind me that even those born to lead can choose love without surrendering strength. You see me not as a symbol but as a person, flawed, frightened, sometimes fierce, and you love me all the more for it. I've never had to be perfect with you. You've never asked me to be anything but mine. That is your magic. You turn my crown into a secret joke we share, not a burden. When you hold me, I forget how heavy it is. You make me feel like I could trade thrones for tree houses and palaces for poetry, as long as you are there. There is a place I go in my mind where we are neither royalty nor rebels, just two souls entangled in a world that doesn't need to make sense. In that place you wake me with kisses instead of ceremony. We cook breakfast barefoot, dancing to music no one else hears. I wear your old sweaters, and you kiss the ink stains on my fingers, from writing too long. No photographers, no speeches, just you reading my heart like a book you never want to finish. I am no longer Leonor, the future queen. I am just Leo, the girl who loves you more than any title ever could. And perhaps that is the truest crown I will ever wear, the one your love places upon me, with every kind word, every shared dream, every moment you choose me not for what I represent, but for who I am. When the world turns away, that kind of love is not written into royal decrees, but into destinies that defy them. There are nights when I lie awake, replaying our conversations like lullabies in my head. I can still feel the echo of your laugh, the way your eyes crinkle when you smile, the way your fingers brush mine when no one is watching. In the privacy of my mind I stitch these memories into armor, because I know the world will not always be kind. I know there will be whispers and doubts, critics and expectations, and moments when even I will wonder if we can survive the weight of what surrounds us. But then I remember how you looked at me that night, under the olive trees, as if the stars were jealous of the way you loved me. And suddenly I believe again, not in fate, not in destiny, but in choice. In the simple, radical choice to love boldly, and I will choose you again and again, no matter what the history books say. You once told me that I am your favorite poem, and I laughed because no one had ever called me that before. I had been called Your Royal Highness, the future of the nation, a symbol of unity, but never a poem. But maybe that's what I've always wanted to be. Not a rule, but not a ruler, but a feeling. Something someone reads and feels less alone. And you, my love, are the one who reads me best. You turn my fears into verses, and my doubts into refrains. I write you into every corner of my journals, into every fold of my thought. You are the ink beneath my skin, the heartbeat beneath my crown. In a life written by others, you are the sentence I got to choose. You are my stanza of rebellion, my chorus of peace. When they ask about us, I will not give them dates or headlines. I will give them metaphors and memories. I will give them the way you made me feel like home. There's something eternal in how you touch me, not physically, though I crave that too, but spiritually, emotionally, in the way your presence lingers long after you've gone. I carry you in my breath, in the folds of my gowns, in the unspoken defiance of choosing love, in a life that so often demands sacrifice. You are the only war I would surrender to, the only cause for which I would risk even my own legacy. Because what is a crown without love? What is power without passion? You have given me both, not as a birthright but as a gift. You, who ask for nothing and give everything. You, who love me not in spite of who I am, but because of it. If I ever become queen, it will be because you reminded me that I am human first. If I ever rule wisely, it will be because you taught me how to listen, not to advisors, but to hearts, especially yours. Some say that love is dangerous for those born into power, but I say that without love, power is meaningless. What good is a throne if it cannot hold two? I do not want to stand above the world. I want to stand beside you in it. I want to build not empires, but moments, like that time we watched the rain blur the city lights. Your hand warm in mine. No words, just breathing. Or the night you snuck me away from a gala, just to show me the stars. Those are the kingdoms I crave. The quiet ones, the hidden ones, the kind built from glances and gestures, from loyalty not demanded but offered freely. The world may never understand us, but let them try. We are not here to be understood. We are here to love. And so I write you this poem, long and unending. Like my love, a symphony that began with a single note, your name, and now fills the entire sky. You are the music beneath my silence, the fire beneath my poise. You are my truth in a world that feeds on illusion. My rebellion in a life built on obedience. You are not my escape. You are my anchor, my choice, my forever. And if they ask me years from now what kind of ruler I was, I will tell them I ruled like a girl who was loved. I led like a heart that had known yours. And when they ask for my greatest accomplishment, I will not show them treaties or triumphs. I will show them you, the boy I loved in secret and in shadow, in sunshine and in silence. You, the boy who taught a crown to